A very good evening, beautiful ladies, and of course, handsome gentlemen who have come to see us today. Me, Sunanda, your host for today's debate session, along with Shubh, my co host, welcome you all in tonight's debate session. I am really grateful to the admin team who will be maintaining and also monitoring the entire decorum of the debate. I would also like to thank English aspirants to provide us such a platform and opportunities to conduct such a beautiful session. Today is a big day, and I can't stop myself to put in front of you our lovely participants who are going to put their points on the topic co-education and separate education. It will be an exciting, and you know what? The points what they are going to put in front of us, we are really excited to know what they are going to put. So I am Sunanda, your host from Team A, and who will be in support of co-education, along with my co-host Shubh, who will be the host from the Team B, that is arguments that will be said against co-education. So before we invite our participants on the stage, I would like to invite my co-host Shubh to introduce you guys with the rules and regulations to be followed in the entire events. Over to you, Shubh.
Yeah, good evening everyone. This is Shubh. So I will share the rules and regulations. So the overall debate will be consist of two rounds basically. Yeah. So first round will be like you will be given 3 minutes to give you like particular speech on your particular point in which you are supporting the motion basically. So like you can like give any like the way you explain you will get the marks. Okay, 3 minutes only. For the top 5 people, like the first 5 people will get 3 minutes, rest people will get 2 minutes only. Then before second round, there will be a one Q&A type of question that one coordinator will going to ask. That will be a elimination. There's no marks for that particular what we can say just Q&A. There's no marks, just qualifying. Like suppose 10 people are there in team like in round one, then 7 people will go. So 3 people will be eliminated. So you will be given 1 minute to answer that particular question. Third, there will be a battle, one versus one. From team A, Sunanda will give the name, and from team B, I will give the name. Then they can debate, they can ask questions in a good manner, and respect other audience and judges also. Don't use negative terms, and be polite. And that's it from my side. That's are the rules. Over to you, Sunanda. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think, Shubh? Who is going to break the ice today?
I will give you the chance to break the ice first.
Okay, so we don't have any problem. So from our side, her full form itself says what she is. Versatile, incredible, sensible human. She is none other than Wish. She will prove you that how incredible she is. So I would like to call Wish from our side.
Good evening, guys. Sunanda, thank you for the beautiful introduction. So, yeah, we are from Team Co-Education. So, firstly, I would just like to explain you the term co-education. So, co-education is an economical system in which both girls and boys come together in the same school and they are taught by the same staff. Okay. Secondly, boys and girls have to live together in the society in their later lives. If they are taught together from the very beginning, they can understand each other very well. The most important advantage of co-education system is that it provides a good and healthy learning environment. With co-education, both boys as well as girls can compete against each other. This is very important task at an early age as in future they have to fight for same positions. By learning in co-education environment, both the girls and the boys cultivate mutual respect, understanding and supporting for one another. Students realize and appreciate their own individual value as each other. In socializing readiness for the real world, this is seen as a major advantage of co-educational schooling for boys. While boys may learn to develop healthy relationships and values and respect for girls, there is likely to observe that the boys are kind of attracted towards the girls, as well as what they do is they develop their skills. Now I would like to move towards the topic. The topic is something co-education. We live in India. In India, it is an important boon. It is necessary to, because we do have many barriers. In India, we consider that the girls are this, the boys are this. We usually consider them, they are not equal. But because of this co-education, both of them have a same platform. Both of them have a same platform to compete against each other. Both of them can show their capabilities. Both of them can compete against each other for the same position. You know what? Even if a person from a separate schooling, if he is studying, okay, and when he goes to the interview, and uh-huh, what happened?
Time, time's up. Yeah.
Time's up. Oh my god, I have completed. So okay, ठीक है.
Okay, so Shubh, I think the opening itself was a powerful one. What do you think? Your team is going to give another response to it?
Yeah, definitely she is supporting us and she is using her power to support us. Yeah, thanks. So from my team, I would like to like best speaker and he's very good with the logic. Mr. Krishna. Kishan, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All the best,
So,
buddy. Go
guys,
on. Yeah.
okay, I'll start. Education is the art of making man ethical. Very warm, evening to everyone. You are listening to Krishan, and I'm going to demonstrate my point of view with the respect of the topic why separate education is better than other education. So, as we all know, education is the best part of, like, if you're not able to get education in a proper manner, so you always suffering in your life. So there are, I try to point out which kind of a disadvantage you are facing in a co-ed education, and if you are getting education separately, so you able to achieve whatever you want to achieve without distract to your main path. So there is like lots of things you are facing in a, like lots of problem you are facing in a co-ed schools. You're not able to put your all focus on your studies. Like in according to data in 2070s or 80s, there are lots of people just running, and they do marriage with a girl in a school. That means they got distracted by the opposite gender in a co-ed school. But when we see the data of separate schools, so there are more focus, they able to feel comfortable while sharing their opinion. And on the other side, which kind of problem we are facing in that school, or in when we start getting a separate education, that time we able to get more confident, even though you able to speak with the confidence, and you able to share your all problem. And teachers also don't doing any kind of discrimination, because gender you able to find and able to raise your voice against the gender stereotyping. And on the other hand, like when you are in co-ed, you are studying in a co-ed school, that time you not able to get all the benefits, or you not able to express, or teacher is also not able to express. Okay, I try to conclude my point. As I mentioned all the points, and like once you able to education is always better in a separate manner, and there are lots of possibilities. Once you able to get take started education in a better manner, then you able to make yourself more efficient and more future, and you able to increase your productivity also, but by not got distracted by the others. So that's all for my side, and thank you for listening me.
Yeah, Sunanda. So how can you counter? Yeah, how your team can counter his facts and his logics? Are you there?
Yes. Okay. So the most powerful outcomes are always delayed, and I have a powerful missile with me. So please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for NK. She's having all the counterpoints what your teammate said.
Thank you, host, for giving me this opportunity. Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm NK from Team A, supporting co-educational system. As you are already familiar with the concept of co-education, that is getting educated together by both boys and girls under the same roof. The benefits of co-education have been recognized since ancient times when the Greek philosopher Plato said co-education creates a feeling of comradeship. We all know the fact that whatever we learn in our childhood that sticks with us forever, and we all want an open-minded society which follows the concept of gender equality. And wanting a society free from gender discrimination and not letting young boys and girls sit together and learn together, how can we expect from them to be free from gender discrimination? And also, co-education is the best way to overcome our fear in front of society and helps us to improve our confidence and mutual understanding skills too. Practically, all boys and girls have to live together in a society in their later life, either it is professional or higher studies. So co-education prepare them in advance for this. Even co-education saves our economical spending to provide only one classroom and school. We don't have to build different buildings. So moreover, it also promotes socialization by promoting coexistence. It also improves communication skills of all students as they interact with everyone. A social teacher, Mr. Andres Canela from Canada once said, "The more diversity of any kind you add to an environment, it makes you more empathetic and compassionate person." So when students get exposed to a diversity in a young age, they find it easier to adapt to different diverse environment. We all know everyone has a different ability approaching towards a solution to a problem. In co-educational system, boys and girls can share their ideas and approaches and can learn something new from each other. In practical life too, if we see, for example, in IIT Guwahati, there are 11 boys hostel and 2 girls hostel. And just take the example of those girls who, if a girl comes from a separate education system school and yeah, for a girl who is coming from those separate single sex school and coming in such a huge institution where only 2 girls hostel and in front of them, how can you expect from her to be cope up with that kind of environment where this will be difficult for her to cope up with this environment, and this can lead her a mental depression for her. So yeah, I would like to conclude that co-educational system is very crucial for our environment. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, you really use proper facts and proper data on co-education. I believe now the opponent don't have these things to counter on you. So Shubh, over to you.
Yeah. So basically, we don't need missiles, okay? Our team's words are enough to counter your team. So I am going to invite Mr. Shriko. Are you there?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All the best. Yeah.
Fox, I'm Sliko, and as you all know that we are discussing on the topic. We are having a topic on the topic like which one is better, the co-education and separate sex education. I'm in the favor of separate sex education, and here is the quote from the Malala, that is one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. You know, so by this quote, I'm going to start my sharing of my thoughts. So as previously NK was mentioned that gender equality, that okay, so gender equality, why we are comparing gender as per the like education. We should we should compare with the knowledge. We should compete the boys with our knowledge, not only for gender equality in the class. So if you are talking about gender equality, so we have now co-education. And why in the all the colleges and the schools, they are not allowed the student to sit together? Why there are two rows? One rows for the boys, another rows for the girls. And another point that was really not good, like I don't agree with that point, that is share ideas. We can also share idea in the separate education with each other. Sharing idea, it doesn't mean that we can share idea with the boys only, then and then only our conversation will be good. Not, we can also share idea with our same gender. and another point is like economy, and I strongly disagree with this point, because if you are giving your more effort and more focus on your study, then and then only you will be achieve your goal, that is your academic status, right? And it will be really helpful for reaching your goal, that in future you will become the IPS officer and any kind of a very good post. So yeah, so in conclusion, I can say the separate education is really good, because there is a no distraction, there is a no attraction between girls and boys, so they can utilize their all the education time for the study purpose only. And yeah, by this point I'm ending my thoughts, and thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I told you, like, we don't need missiles. Our words are enough to counter. So he countered every point. So what do you say, Sunanda? Yeah, over to you.
Okay, the points was good, but we have another participant from our side. His name is enough to express his personality, his thought, and his attitude. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Abhishek.
Thanks for giving me opportunity. I want to represent a quote over here. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things in a same way, by same teacher in a same classroom. Good evening, people. Thanks for giving me an opportunity where I can express myself and articulate the ideas on the benefits of co-education. Some people may don't know the meaning of co-education system, so I would like to explain it first. Co-education is a system in which both the genders, male and female, study together. Co-education is important because in the present society, women occupy many prominent positions, and we all know how much communication is important and needed to run any kind of organization. There should be mutual understanding as well. If there is no interaction at all during the educational phase, then it will be problematic and will result in nefarious consequences. The best way to understand the opposite gender is to interact with them, know them, and have transfer of ideas with them. In ancient time, Switzerland and Greece were the first country who adopted co-education system. Later on, it separated worldwide. If you talk about the best education system in the world, then Switzerland comes at the sixth position. With 42% of female representation in National Council, Switzerland now ranks ahead of Denmark, the UK, France, according to the Interparliamentary Union. This is just because of gender equality and valuable impact of co-education. If there is no any co-education, then it would be difficult to carry the principle of gender equality as well. If the boys and girls coexist and live together in the society, then why we should teach them separately? At home, parents teach the sons and daughters together to read, write, and other things. Then why the parents don't teach them separately? In nursery and primary school, a student both play and learn together. Even the boys and girls attend the class in the same environment. Why preference are not provided to any gender? I will tell you the reason. When we separate people by gender, race, or ethnicity, we reduce significantly our ability to learn or think or act effectively, isn't it? So we all know that women and men actually seem to think in a different way. But there was a one research that was like bringing them together in a learning situation by teaching them how to cooperate. There would be more alternative solution are generated.
30 seconds. Please wrap up.
Yeah, so I just want to conclude by saying there is no any educational system in the world that has eradicated the negatives of society, but co-educational system can definitely work towards mitigating and mending the gap between genders and building a bridge of friendship. In this promising era of empowerment, though a debate and co-education is going on, it is very essential to bring both gender together for the survival of the environment, where the both gender have equal place, equal value, and equal opportunity to express themselves. Thanks from my side.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for your powerful speech. Now, Shubh, who is coming next from your side?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So from my team, the best speaker with the logic. Money, are you there, Mr. Money?
Yes, sure. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Be loud and yeah, all the best.
Okay, so thanks. Hi everyone, this is Mani, and I'm here to speak in favor of single-sex education and against the co-ed education. So according to me, those students who study into the single-sex education have the good academic and non-academic achievements. And for supporting my statements, I'm going to take the help of some of the study done by the US and Australian universities in 2008 and 2005. So the US and that study shows that those students who study in the co-ed education are more focused toward the socialization, and the socialization leads to the less participation into the class and disciplinary problems. And that study also shows that the students who study in the unisex schools, they are less distracted and they are more focused toward their studies because they don't have any distraction within their schools. And like those students who study in the co-ed education, they are more focused towards their behavior because they try to behave in a certain way to impress the girls. And so most of the time they have some kind of stress in their mind, then I have to behave in this way instead of focusing on the study. And like it also proves that the single-sex educations provide more leadership chances, leadership qualities to the students, and it's promote a sense of kind of community because you are studying in a single-sex education and there is like a single gender. You are more socialized with the other your other members, and you are more you're more capable of working in a team. And this also improves the self-esteem of the students because they are like kind of in a one gender. They're not worried about like what the other gender is going to think about it, because most of the boys these days are like worried about others, what other gender is going to think about them. So they, in the co-ed education system, self-esteem is low, and in the single-sex, self-esteem is high. And the study shows that there is a difference between the girls and boys' brains and the way they tends to learn. So in single-sex education, we can provide the different styles for both and girls to learn in different schools or in different buildings. And we know that nowadays the sexual harassment against the girls are increasing, and when the
Last 30 seconds, buddy.
when the boys and girls are under 18, they are like don't have control over their emotions. So I would like to conclude it by adding one statement in terms of outcomes that may be the most interest to the like primary stakeholder. When I say primary stakeholder, I mean parents and student. The single sex education system is more beneficial because in the single sex education, we have more academics, like students are more good in academics and other unacademic activities. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, Mani, it was good. Yeah. Sunanda, yeah, over to you.
Okay. So, from my side, as he says, there is no point in competing if you don't want to be the best. So, I would like to invite the best speaker from our side, Yuvraj.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Namaskar, Pranam, good evening. This is Yuvraj, and I'm here to support the co-education system. Before I start speaking, I would like to show my gratitude to this group for conducting debate and having me as a contestant here. Indian society, which claims to support gender equality when talks about supporting separate education, I really feel ashamed of myself. Gender interaction at a young age is very essential to develop a sense of gender equality, my dear friends. Talking about gender equality and at the same time ignoring the need of co-education is kind of contrasting. Sooner or later, we have to interact with the opposite gender, so why not let it be since childhood? A new study has revealed that co-educational schools are better as the presence of girls in classes restrains boys from indulging in unruly behavior and improves their academics as well. Moreover, it improves dressing sense of boys, and girls also learn to be a bit courageous. And staying with the boys, seeing them playing sports, help them throw away the fact from their mind that sport is a macho thing which ultimately promotes Khelo India. It also helps boys develop an interest towards arts. My dear friends, education is not merely a bunch of certificates or abbreviations before or after one's name. It must have an objective of developing moral values. Tell me, is that possible if we just know 50% of world? People often make a very hefty claim of advantage of separate education over co-education, pointing to statistically significant disparities in the exam results. I believe such differences are more or less due to the socio-economic background of pupil or the selectivity of the intake. Let me tell you one thing. Co-education school students have a better passing percentage in board exams as recently shown by the Delhi government. If schools are separated for boys and girls, no matter the teacher is good or not, of the respective sex will actually end up compromising on education. Now, what people don't understand here is that our freaking hormones are not within the control of anyone. So if a child is forcefully sent to separate schools, then he or she will have more of a psychological disadvantage than the learning outcomes. Researchers have shown that the brain of a child develops rapidly at an early age, depending on what he or she experiences. If right from childhood he or she starts seeing the opposite gender as a separate species, he or she will really have problems in later part of his or her life. The very fact that co-education schools, colleges are increasing at a bullet speed is fair enough to prove my statement that co-education system is definitely better than separate education. I would like to conclude my words by saying few negatives of a thing cannot overshadow a bunch of positives. Thank you.
Well, it was a mind-blowing speech by Yuvraj. So, Shiv, do you have anyone compete in front of him?
Yeah, definitely. It's about to become a better human rather than being a macho man. Yeah, I believe in humanity rather than this being macho. So, from my team, basically, she is going to counter his points. Saloni, are you there? So, yeah, she is there. Yeah. All,
Hello everyone,
all,
this is Saloni and I am in favoring of single-sex education. Single-sex education, also known as single-gender education and gender-isolated education, is the practice of conducting education with male and female students attending separate classes in separate buildings or schools. The practice of single-sex schooling was common before the 20th century, particularly in secondary and higher education. It's followed by many countries. Single-sex education is practiced in many parts of the world based on tradition and religion. Recently, there has been a soaring of interest and establishment of single-sex school due to educational research. Now, I am saying about benefits. Studies showing that students in, in single sex schools are able to perform better in academics as opposed to co-education students. Neural studies shows brain region of boys and girls develop in a different order. In a classroom setting where students are all boys or all girls, students are more confident to speak up and perform in class because they are not conscious of what their classmates are think. Just with a quote, I don't mind if I have to sit on the floor at school. All I want is education, and I am afraid of no one. Result of distraction: if a boy has an attachment on a girl, or they will be in a relationship and something goes wrong, this can affect the studies of these students. Also, in statistical reveals that the national average of suicide rate is 10.9% out of total cases, 2.9% suicide due to love affairs. In one classroom, sometimes they feel shyness and performing anything and feel less confidence. In early relationships, It can also lead to engaging in relationship and eventually sex activities if these kids are still immature and careless. This action can result of early pregnancy and early marriage. Sometimes also whatever happened in the co-education schools
30 seconds
always
and
blame
allowed.
always blaming to girls. Sometimes they leave their studies and they cannot continue their studies. I want to conclude my point. We all have right to choose what type of education we want, but sometimes, many times, parents to ready to send their not ready to send their girls child in co-education institutes. So thank you. That's my points.
Yeah. Sunanda, are you there? Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Saloni. So you had a really good points, but our team has more good point and even a counterpoints. So the person whom I'm going to call next, he is abnormal. That is a person with greater speciality. So here I would like to call Umesh to show his super specialities.
First of all, thank you, host. Now coming to the topic, co-education. It's not just a topic; it's the future of our younger minds. And keeping this in mind, India have established more and more co-education schools, and in UK there are almost 70% of schools are co-education schools. Firstly, there is a strong must need of a co-education in India because it helps to mutual understanding between two genders. It plays an important role in the improvement of society. As they study together, they can understand their feeling for each other and respect their feelings and emotions. As girls sometimes feel shy in talking in front of boys, and boys can also feel depressed or shy to when talking with girls. But this problem can be overcome by co-education system. Later in future, both have to work in professional life as together, and but when there is separate education system, they have to live in a separated groups and classes. But they have to work as one in professional life also. You must not hesitate, or you should have to work with each other. So it would be very helpful for him or her when he have learnt it from the school time only. So thank you. These are all my points.
Thank you, Umesh.
130 seconds.
Yes, I think, yeah.
Okay. So Umesh, you have more 30 seconds. You can speak or conclude if you want.
Okay, some boys treat girls like aliens. They do not treat girls like a normal human. But with the help of co-education, it helps to um, it helps to change their perspective of seeing how the girls are, and they don't always treat as normal human, as they have to be treated as boys. So co-education helps to better change your perspective and the way you see towards the girls. That's it.
Thank you. So Shubh, over to you.
Yeah, he spoke very good point, but the point alien one, like it was little shocking because see, we are also human. We are living on Earth. We see girls as a girls only, not you, that alien or something like that. Okay. So, from my team, I would like to call Akshay. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All the best. Yeah. Go on.
The importance of her social world is the main reason for female to be so devastated. When she is rejected by a group of girls or a building by other girls, that time only she can enhance. So um, m- the motion is I'm favor of single sex education. My name is Akshay Savitri. Good evening to all of you. my team members all are saying supported to single sex education, so I'm also agreed their views. And yes, when co-education time we are distracted, so single education time we are not that much of we are not distracted, there is any no option, and we will grow in academic performance also. Actually, I want to say one thing, we are actually opposite genders, so our hormones also changed in frequently, so after that their feelings emotions also we are unmature first, so they are changing their emotion feelings, sometimes they are doing something wrong. First we are going to school or college for education purpose, not doing something purpose. We know already pasco act, so the pasco act also saying protect of child labor, protect of child, so we they are calling to name also, sorry, they are say the number also 10 9 height, why they are giving, so still now they don't have that much of protection. Even schools also we are watching everyday news, even yesterday also happened in Tamil Nadu, so many areas this type of harassment happened. Why it's happened? At this I want to say one thing. First we are going to we are going to college or school for education purpose. So first I want to say one thing, the simple example. One mango farmer, so he's put the mango sapling, so within 12 to 14 months the mango trees rise and bear fruits also came. But he's intentionally the meticulous farmer, mango farmer, he's removed all bear fruits of continuously 3 to 4 years continuously. After that only the mango tree is useful, and the mango tree is giving in so many fruits. Like that our education also, it's a opposite gender, we are agreeing, so opposite gender, so many so many issues also arise. Like for example, our abilities also different, our mindset way of communication also different, so
30 seconds
someone
left,
saying
Akshay.
like
Please wrap up.
okay. Okay, research also found that students at single-sex schools had not only one superior academic achievements, but also higher educational achievements. This statement agrees that National Association Single-Sex Public Education and Washington Schools for Girls. So many researchers also they are supported to single-sex educations. So that's it from my side. Thanks for listening to me.
Yeah, it was really amazing, and like the way you spoke, it shows how the confidence. Sunanda, are you there? What you will say?
Yes, I wanted to ask, like your teammates are saying about distractions. Mobile phone is also a source of distraction. So should we throw it? And whenever we go to offices, we face a lot of people who belong to both the genders. Should we stop going to the offices just because both the genders are present there, or should we make another office separate for girls and separate for boys?
Okay, so answer to your question
So,
basically like this. Yeah, I have answer like distraction. So yeah, distraction. You said you can throw the mobile, but don't give the mobile to children just who are just 2 year old or 3 year old. And basically, if you give also, so let's suppose the worst case, then the time management is there. Nobody is fool who will invest 24 hours. So yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, over to you.
so, so from my side, she's not Tashi, but
Please
she
wait.
is Tornado of English.
Please wait.
Okay,
So I
yeah,
would like to
one
call
second.
Tashi from us.
Yeah. Sunanda, just 1 second. From now on, this like members are done already. So you will get 2 minutes 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Sunanda, continue.
Yeah, so from our side, Tashi is going to come. Tashi, the stage is all yours. Rock it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to me. My name is Tashi, and I am in support of the co-education system. I support the co-education system because in co-education system, both the male and female educating in the same institute, and they get an opportunity to interact with each other, which develop their confidence which prepare themselves for the future states of their life. And another thing is that it also improves the teamwork, cultures of the teamwork, since both work together, be it is its assessment and working they also do a study together, which also inculcate the teamwork cultures in their mind, which is the one of the most important quality of the leadership. Indirectly, we are also promoting making them to become a leadership. So it also promote the gender equality because it can also eliminating the gender disparity, since both male and female can also feel equality being they are educating in the same culture. And also it will lead to the destructions of the so many negative thinking about the opposite sex, and which both the sex both the gender can go to know about the each other problem. Boys can know about the problem faced by the women, and the girls can also know about the kinds of the problem faced by the boys, which make them more the tolerance toward the divergence points of views. And also it is economically more viable because the same resources is used for both the gender, and it will leads to the more optimal utilizations of the resources, which is more economically viable. And the thing is that it will also develop the communication skill, which is the one of the most important things. And I think the co-education system is better than the this and the
30
separate
seconds left, Ashish. Please sum up.
education system, because at the end of the day we have to work we have to work at the with the public, where there is no separate work culture for boys and girls. And we are also moving toward the gender neutrality, which is the one of the aspirations of every country under the sustainable development goal by 2030. So it's also promote these kinds of things. And also there is no empirical evidence which suggests that the separate education system is better than the co-education system. And thank you.
Thank you, Tashi. It was really great one.
Yes, Sunanda, just one question. Like your team is supporting co-education. Yeah. Okay, fine. So in school, if you are like seeing that girls have a separate row, separate bench, why like if you're supporting co-education means boys and girls should study together, they can sit together, right, on the same bench. So what you will say on this? Why they are just giving the separation? Why they are dividing separate row, separate bench for girls? Why not the same? If you're supporting co-education, why? Tell me.
What I believe, this both gender have different psychology. Like they are physically different from each other. And if something happens, then it's completely the responsibility of the school, right? But the co-education is very much good because people are.
Sorry for just 1 second. Sorry for interruption. You already mentioned they have a different psychology and all these things, so you're supporting indirectly. So no, there's no need to answer. You can call the next participant. Yeah.
But
Achha, still you want to?
yeah,
Okay,
but the
continue. Yeah,
thing is,
go on.
if
Keep on.
if they are studying together, then they will know each other. They will understand each other's psychology, which is going to be very much beneficial for their future life. So, anyways, moving ahead from my team, I would like to call MV Word.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening, everyone present over here. I'm gonna speak in the favor of co-education. So first, I would like to say what is the real meaning or what is co-education really means.
Ambivert. Just 1 second. I think Tashi finished from your team, right? So I think it's
Yeah,
my turn.
that's what I'm also thinking.
Yeah, yeah. I was busy in question asking. Okay, so sorry for that. So from my team, basically, Kirti, are you there? Kirti Pandey.
I am. Yes,
All
yes,
the
I
best,
am.
buddy. Yeah, you don't need any introduction,
Okay.
so your name is enough. Yeah, go on. All the best.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to highlight on the favor of the single-sex education, and I want to start with the saying of a eminent personality, Mark Twain, that don't let your schooling intervene with your education. So basically, single-sex education means an isolated education of people of same sex in academic or school. And according to the data of education research, there has been a surge of interest and establishment in the single-sex education. And furthermore, I would like to point out the research of Cornelius Riordan, one of the most eminent personality, and his research shows that there has been a surge and positive result in the single-sex education, which is 3 to 4 times that of co-ed education. And now that was a partial overview, and now I'm going to tell you why I'm going to favor this single sex education. So the first thing that is at paramount is distractions. I'm not going to further speak more about it, but I would like to say something that Sugandha has said. See, distraction. It is distraction. See, what happened in schooling? We are one step forward towards that maturity, and we are not that much mature, or we have such understanding that we are more acquainted with what we are going to do, and a single mistake and carelessness which can demolish our further future and career. So that was a distraction, and I'm just highlighting and what that why we are just favoring that distraction. And secondary is unproductive activities. Unproductive activities, which means that when opposite sex, there's being a change in their psychology or their hormones, so they get attracted towards each other, so they just waste their time in impressing each other, which results in more entertainment, less reading or less homework, or less consciousness towards their study and career. So education and schooling education is probably on their building up the career, and for on education, not for that such type of time, because we further get that duration which at which we can just entertain ourselves with these things, because at that phase we are mature enough to understand what we are doing and
Second
what
left,
will be
please sum up.
okay. Okay, nutshell, I want to say that swinger sex education is astounding, and it gives a proper and opposite time and spearheaded, so that they can further focus more on their future and career. That's all.
Yeah, it was really option. Yeah, many points you like in a good way, and yeah. Sunanda, are you there? Over to you.
Yeah. Yes, it was really nice. So from my side, ambivert will be there.
Okay. So good evening, all over present over here. So I will gonna move ahead in the favor of co-education. First, I would like to put a very good quote. Co-education breeds confidence, and confidence breeds hope, and ultimately hope breeds peace. That's all. Now, I would like to tell you the real meaning, like what is co-education. So, co-education is a system of education in which the student of both the sexes and genders study under the same roof, under the same table. It provides both boys and girls equal opportunity to excel in their overall development and growth. Now, I would like to tell why it is better and it has a age over separate education. So, first thing and the foremost thing is it helps to mitigate the shyness and anxiety among the students and childrens. Because if you try to interact with the opposite gender, you will definitely gain some confidence. And the next thing is it helps you to learn the respect of the other gender, and by interacting with the other gender, you create a good thinking and good perspective about the other gender. The next thing is you also got to know the other's point of view, like opposite sex points of view. You also got to know about that. The next important thing is like you are trained at the very early stage about the future's situation and future circumstances, because in at all, like at last, you have to deal in the life that is co-education and not separate, and everyone has to work well with the female and male there in life. Now, the main thing is it eradicates the discrimination issue and strengthens the gender equality. That is the most important thing in today's scenario. Now, I would like to tell you just India's approach in co-education. So, India is moving good forward and providing a proper interaction and proper initiative and proper co-education in schools and for the better development of the children. Okay, the at last I would just say conclude by like it promotes a healthy competition. If we teach children by co-education, at last I would just conclude by a quote: "A child without co-education is like a bird without a wing." That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, ambivert. So Shubh, how many participants are left from your side?
3 participants, Kirti, and yeah, ambivert. It was good. Yeah, like I mentioned the data something. It was good. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, so from my team, 3 members. Like yeah, Kirti. From your team, Sunanda. Let me check also. Just 1 second. Okay. From your team, Sunanda, please tell me how many members are left.
We have only one active member.
Only one is left from your team.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. You can, Sam, you can repeat one person, okay? No problem. Any person you can repeat, yeah. Because we have more participants. 4 people are left.
Good. Okay.
Okay, then, yeah, I would like to invite. Listener, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, I am
So
here.
we should be a good listener rather than good speaker. So, yeah, listeners, show your powers. Yeah, go on.
First of all, a very, very good evening to all of you. And this is me, listener, and it's my pleasure to be here. And I'm so happy and grateful to join this panel. And I'm so happy and grateful to all participate on panel, host, and judges. Right? So now I'm gonna dive my time, especially my concern with it in code education system. At the time in beginning, people are mature. We need to understand this fact. They are mature. They are mature enough, right? And they don't have true knowledge about the things. In that case, and at that time, their hormones is on the peak. We all know also that because everyone study biology. So at that time, even they are mature and they are like a ocean. And at that time, their hormones wave are too much high. So at that time, it's very difficult to deal with that. First, they are mature enough and they don't know. And if in that case, even they aren't aware about what's the meaning of the relationship. They like just create the fantasy. They fell in love with each other, and by honestly, if they commit any mistake and if they does something wrong, so both opposite gender has to face a lot of problem, especially for girls. And she has to face a lot of problem. Even sometimes girls is not capable. Even if they are going through in that case, even they are not capable to tell them the people. So it's very like it's a very big suffering for especially girl. And I'm giving the real example of it. And my girlfriend, I was talking to my girlfriend, and once she shared her incident, what happened with her. There was a one guy, and who starting time who started approaching her, right? And they after approaching her, if the and she didn't accept her proposal, and after that she started disparaging her, and she circulated the rumor she loved him so much. And after that she started writing everywhere. And after that, when she came to know about this incident, when she are aware about it, like a she's totally like a disoriented and odious, and she felt overwrought at that time, and she is not getting what she should do at that time. And that was a really like a hard period of the
Time's up.
time. And
Time's up.
even in that case, they
Time.
literally, and after
Okay.
Listener,
that,
Time's up.
time's up. Yeah.
yeah, it is my case. Thank you so much for listening me, guys.
So you dive in the more practical way. It was amazing. Okay. Yeah. Sunanda, over to you. Practical and good points. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So, from my team, I would like to call Joker.
Okay, am
Before
I
that,
audible?
yeah, 1 second. Cookies, are you there? Cookies and Ira, are you there from my team?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Ira, you are there. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah, continue. Both are there. Okay, so Sunanda, we have 3 people. Okay, so somehow repeat that. You can repeat 2 persons also. Okay, go on.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait for a while. Okay, you can go with that, then I'll tell you.
Okay, am I audible?
Okay, Joker, you can start. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will respect the paucity of the time of this debate. Thank you for giving me this chance. I will start my debate in 3, 2, and 1. So the main problem I found in this of my opposition member is that all of them quoted some researches, all of them quoted some surveys, but none of them gave any concrete example. I will give a concrete fact or research example here. A survey was done by American Association of University of Women, which had been a long time proponent of separate gender education system. But ironically, finally, it admitted with consternation and anxiety that they have got unexpected conclusions from their own survey, in which they found that specifically girls do not show any academic improvement, if not degradation, of their performance by studying in separate gender schools. The report further stated that these type of problems which arise from separate gender education can be solved in co-educational systems. And the problem in people's mind that co-educational systems give many social problems between different stakeholders and students studying together. But the main point or mentality, the reported further said, the main point or mentality which people have to adopt, or the stakeholders like principals, teachers have to adopt, is that they should have an open-mindedness and don't take these social problems as taboos, rather take them as common problems which can be easily resolved by dialogue and debate between the students and the stakeholders. Second, I will like to point an argument that the years of infancy are the crucial year in which thought and living maturity is developed in children. These are the best years to teach them about gender sensitization, gender inequality, and thus by observing the behavior of the opposite gender of the same age, they are better prepared to face, in fact, thrive in their adult life. Third argument which I would like to present here with respect to male child more particularly, suppression of these type of natural feelings, as my opponents were saying, as distractions and all other points. So suppression of these type of natural feelings will negatively outburst in their adult life, and they will separately lead to various social problems like harassments, etc., and etc. Now I will come to my next point, that this separate gender educational system is completely bizarre and unnatural. We have known all what happened when you forcefully impose unnatural policies into the lives of your people. Be it communism, be it bizarre rules of North Korea, forced imposition of Sinhala language on Tamil-speaking people,
20 seconds,
etc.
Joko.
Okay, this is totally a surreal, bizarre, unnatural thought, and completely proscribes the natural laws of existence and population progress. Coming on to my next point, I don't deny the benefits of separate gender education. I will again say that I don't deny the benefits of separate gender education, but they can all be easily assimilated within co-education system. Some examples like I will present here that there is one point my opposition member said that separate gender students or separate gender education system girls have better self-esteem. This can be also induced in girls learning in co-educational system by realizing them their potential and giving them adequate praise and recognition by their own teachers and peers, which will further increase their own confidence. So there is no problem in co-education system, and it can
Okay. Thank you, Joker. It was really a nice speech from you. So, Shubh, who is coming next from your side?
Yeah, from my team, Ashish, are you there? Ashish, just 1 second.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. All the best, buddy. Okay. Yeah, best of luck.
okay. Yeah, firstly, hi everyone. I'm Ashish, and I'm the favor of separate education system. So I want to mention some my points. So not just in theory, but reports suggest that students studying in separate education system much better in academic field compared to the co-education system. Apart from that, researchers found that students at single-sex schools had not only superior academic achievement, more confident in their abilities, and a more positive attitude towards academic than did students at co-education schools. Government introduced much faculty with single-sex education system in India. There is less distraction compared to the co-education system. Moreover, the younger boys had and girls often end up competitive with each other, and the older boys and girls getting involved with one another. A single gender classroom eliminate this distraction in the classroom, and children focus more on the studies. Many researchers have shown that singles education has a lot of advantage for the students. Biological differences in the brain mean that girls and boys learn differently. Girls in nature are very shy and very peaceful, but boys are aggressive and bold. And another point, even you will found a relaxing environment in the separate education system. Many single sex education can be more relaxing for the boys, and girls they don't have social pressure to worry about, such a impressing that opposite gender they can be themselves in classroom, and the honestly they will be more willing to take risk because they would not have to worry about saving face in front of the opposite gender. So in the conclusion, I want to share my personal view.
Now 30 second,
Education,
man.
okay, education is very much important. Co-education is very much important. All advantage and disadvantage of single sex education, these are growing rapidly around the corner, but it's depend to us in what way we are thinking about that. So it's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Well done, Ashish. Yeah, well done. You made good points. Sunanda, are you there? Who is going to repeat from your team?
So from my team, I would like to call Vish.
Okay, thank you again for giving me this opportunity. Like I have been hearing you guys for around 1 hour, like not more, like not 1 hour, but the points which you guys are repeating again and again is somewhere distractions, hormones, kind of things. So I just have one question, okay, just one question. What would you do once you complete your graduation? Then you will go for the jobs. At that time, like, would you control your hormones? Yeah, would you control your distractions at that time? Won't you look to the girls? Like, won't you have a look around yourself, like how people are there, how girls are working, how boys are working, or like overall, like, won't you look them? Won't you get distractions that time? See, like in this co-education now, what you will do is like you will learn something from the childhood itself. Like I have an example. For an example, a boy is studying in a hostel, okay, a boy's hostel, and a boy is very curious or he hesitates a lot while he talks to a girl. When he goes to an interview and when he asks, like when he is being asked questions by the boss or the interview panel, at that time he can't reply the boss that no sir, I can't do it because I was from separate educational school, I can't talk to girls, I can't interact with girls. At that time he can't do that, right? What we all know the fact, like this enhances our skills, like like it is a healthy competition which we have in co-education. Like what we do is we try to improve ourselves. If we have been like second in a debate competition, next time we think like we should be first because that girl will be impressed or that boy will be impressed. See, impressing someone is not the good thing, but at the end what you do is you improve yourself just to impress others. Okay, what you think is, oh my god, that girl is looking at me, I should be better. Oh my god, that boy is looking at me, I should be better. And I guess, okay, and I heard that someone was saying that if they are in the same school, why they don't sit together? Dude, now the generation has been changed. If you come to Mumbai side or if you go to a developed city, they sit together as well. You need to develop the statics which you have. You need to have some more broad information, and you need to update yourself because this is the developed India which has not been developed but it is developing. And one day you will proudly say like, yeah, I am a person and I am an independent citizen, and here boys and girls are equal. That's it from my side. I guess like I have completed in an appropriate time limit. Thank you. I hope I have answered each of all and I did justice. Thank you.
Yeah, Vish, you did. So, Shubh,
Okay, so if you are not able to understand in even 1 hour, then how you can understand in 12 year of your schooling? So yeah. Second point, you're talking about Mumbai. So Mumbai does not alone singly make India. India make many states is a different varieties and all this thing diversities. So yeah.
Dude, Mumbai is the capital, like economic.
Wish.
Yeah, so from my team basically, and please try to follow the rules, okay? Yeah. So from my team, Ira, are you there?
Yes.
All the best, okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, good evening to all of you. I am Ira. I would like to give my thoughts about this topic, what is good. As we all know about separate education, so there is no need to describe. As far as I am concerned, I prefer separate education because there are many advantages of separate education, especially for girls and boys also. Many research shows that the learning process of boys and girls are different. Girls learn faster than boys, so girls can progress quickly in this education system. As children grows up and become teenager, the co-education can be risky for both because we know opposite gender attract each other. So they can lead early relationship and I am sure all parents want to avoid these things. And there is less chance, even no chance to develop early relationship and both can focus only their study and achieve their goal. And during schooling, students fell in the love and they spoiled their life and even they committed to suicide and this type of things force their parents marry off their children early and we can also avoid these things with separate education system. And as we know, boys and girls have different nature. The girls are calm and boys have aggressive nature. So in separate education system we can easily maintain discipline and teacher can use the time to teach them and we can learn more and more and boys and girls have different choice, then we can make class more interesting.
30 seconds left here.
And I would oh, I would like to put an example. During the Gautam Buddha's, women were not allowed to get education in monastery because of women's body structure attracts male, and this is a fact, and we cannot deny this natural fact. That's all my points. Thank you, everyone.
Give me opportunity in my side.
That you will
Okay.
get. Yeah, don't worry, okay? Yes, Sunanda. Thank you, Ira, for sharing your views. It was good, yeah.
Yes. So, do we have to move to next round or should we continue?
Yeah, we should move to next round. Okay, so I think that coordinator will ask questions. Sam, are you there?
Yeah, I am there. So guys, now it's time to questioning answering. And only four people means will be left. Maybe it could be from team A or from team B. Only four people will be left. Okay, so Dhruv and Abby, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Debbie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
My voice is clear?
please go on. Yeah, please.
So first one is that I don't need any explanation which is beyond the questions and don't try to exaggerate same point again and again. And be concise, be suffice in your point as well. And don't try to revert and don't try to argue in the course of questions. And your fact must be admissible, otherwise it will impact on your trips as well. So I would like to ask from team B. Shiliku and Kirti are there. Shiliku and Kirti are there.
Yes, I'm here.
Kirti are there.
Go with one.
Shaloni are there. Okay.
Debbie,
So
ask
Shiliku,
Sliko first.
okay, Shiliku, my question is that if we are living in one room and doing segregations to each other, does it violate the constitutional mandates?
Sorry, can you come again?
If we are living in one room and doing segregations to each other, does it violate the constitutional mandate?
No, I don't agree with this point because whenever we are in the same room and doing segregation, but still we have our mentality, we have our means a natural thing that attract that we will attract with the opposite gender. Yeah, and it will cause our study as well. And
Thank you.
one question I also okay.
No, no,
So
not. Debbie, Kirti is here, okay? Sorry for interruption. Kirti is here. Sliko, it's over, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Shukirti, are there? I'm not carrying.
She's saying that facing network issue.
Hello.
So can yeah,
I'm
she's
saying
saying.
I'm saying I'm just facing a network issue. So if you don't mind, can you repeat your question once again?
Yeah, of course. So my question is that, like, do you believe in
And
that
please
girls
speak a
in a
little bit
single school
louder.
do better at? Now it's clear. You can understand me or not?
Yes.
Okay. So question is that, do you believe in that girls in a single school do better academically than those in mixed school?
Please repeat it once again for the last time.
Debbie, your voice is
Do you
slow. Please
believe
be
in
louder.
that?
Yeah.
Do you believe in that girls in a single school do better academically than those in mixed school?
Yes. Yes, I believe that girls in a single-sex education do far better, and even reports suggest this. This is not my perspective, and it's being a report. So this being a valid report. So and yes, and therefore what's being most think is that women being comfortable in their surrounding. They are surrounded by girls, and they are feel free to share their views, and they can put forward their each and every perspective or each and every problems. But what happened in a co-ed? They just started feeling shy, or they just stop yourself one by saying by thinking that what other will say, or boys started laughing at us, or if they respect us or not. So they just to become the part of mockery, they just avoid saying the things and put forward their points, which I think lack their confidence level, and which further results in their further career, or when they try to become socialized. So this is big one of the barrier. That's all from my side.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So can I further conclude?
Debbie, I think you are supposed to ask only quick 2 questions. Thank you for asking. Now I'll ask NK, are you there from the co-ed team, co-education? NK, hope you are
Sorry.
getting my voice.
Yeah, yeah. Now I was having some
Okay,
problem. Can you
so
ask? Mm.
yeah, sure. So as I heard, you talked about the coexistence of the two genders. So my simple question is that, for an instance, if any immoral activity has happened between the girls and the boys, so what could you be the remedial steps for what could be the remedial steps for you to just contain that particular activity so that it will not going to happen? Have you got my
Like,
question?
yeah, okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it can happen in any like situation. I mean, we just can't say that it can only happen in co-educational system. So if you're talking about talking between boys and girls, then it's not just the fault of that co-educational system. It can happen outside the institution too, where boys and girls can meet. So why do you blame just the system or the school or education
NK,
system?
again, I'm underlining my question. I asked the remedial step. If that has
Okay.
happened,
Okay, if that has happened, then it can be solved. I mean, maybe informing their parents. I mean, maybe. I mean, just tell. Can you tell me what kind of like problem are you like trying to mention?
any immoral activity has happened, what could be the sorted out remedial steps on your part that you will going to take at that particular situation?
Yeah, the staffs or the faculty member or the parents can solve the problem, I guess. Yeah, that's
Thank
the
you, NK.
step I would take. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, NK. Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Okay. Yes, you are audible. Am I audible to you, Abhishek?
Yeah, completely.
Okay,
Go on.
so as you are in favor of co-education, isn't it?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So what do you think? Like, what's your take on the victimization of the gender in the co-education, where they are being kept under the garb of physical assault? Especially, I'm talking about in rural areas, there are rape cases, and most adventurous part of this particular question and the system is that, especially it happens and it starts from the school areas and all that. So what will be your take on that?
I think saying that it will result in the rape cases, I don't believe so because, in the other hand, it will reduce the rape case. Because if you are not giving chance to each and equal gender, if you are not giving the opportunity to understand, to have mutual understanding among them, then definitely it will result in some nefarious consequences. So saying that it will increase the rape case, I don't believe so. And if you are saying that physical assault or any kind of problems in the rural areas, then definitely if they are going in education background, if they are going to a school, then there is a term co-education, and even there is a now topic that sex education is something that is definitely gonna eradicate those problem, whatever sexual harassment or physical assault should be there, it gonna eradicate. Because we all know that at that time puberty is on the peak, and even there is a kind of hormonal disbalance. So if we provide a sexual education to them, sex education to them, then definitely it will result in comprehensive understanding among two bodies, and there would be no any unwanted sexual activities, according to me.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. Sam, we are done with the questions. Now you can tell the results. Sam, are
Please
you there?
go one more people, please.
Okay, Debbie, over to you for one question.
Okay. Which are they from team A?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, sure. You mentioned lots of points regarding the metro cities like Mumbai and all. So my question is that due to co-education system, students may get attracted toward the opposite gender, and this may lead to less concentration in classes, or you can say less focus on study. So, in what extent are you agree with this statement? But be concise.
Okay. Okay. I'll be very precise and concise. Okay. See, the only distraction which we have while we study is not only a girl's distraction or a boy's distraction. There are a lot of distractions. Okay. And at a particular age, we know ourselves, right? What is good for us, what is bad for us. We know everything. Like, if we go and if we do something, it will have a negative effect on us, or it will have a negative impact for us. Okay, so see, studying together and having kind of distraction, it's just a piece of thought which we have. Exactly, it doesn't happens like that. You know what happens is, like, we don't get distracted, it is just a kind of attraction which we have. And once we realize that this is something which is not going to help us out in the future, we realize, we learn. See, studying together, I guess there was even a dialogue in a movie that breakups are necessary, because one breakup in your life can change your life, because you get a lot of things, you get a lot of understanding, you get a lot of experience from that. That's it from my side. It's not a distraction, it's just a piece of thought which you have. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well,
Can I
from
ask
the
one question?
separate education, yeah, Debbie, let me ask. Yeah, from the separate education, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm
Okay,
audible.
yes, you are audible. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are also perfectly audible.
Okay. So, Kishan, don't you find it out like separate education system is a symbol of male dominance and women subjugation? Because you see, this particular notion don't allow the female counterpart to sit in the same class and do learning. So, what's your stand?
Okay, I tell you, like if you are promoting these kind of things now, so you're not able to learn such kind of things. Those if you are in a co-ed school, so there are lots of topic you're not able to discuss
comfortably in front of women. So that is why, when we get a separate education, that time you able to improve yourself in a better manner, you able to enhance your confidence, you able to learn lots of other things. And in terms of void, some kind of things happen with the girl in terms of sanitary, and in terms of when they teach reproduction and these kind of things, so they're not able to ask questions properly in front of other persons. But if they getting this education in a separate school, so they feel free to ask any question to the teacher. So I hope you got your answer.
Okay, thank you, Kishan. Sam, we are done with the three questions.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dhruv and Dabby. So people now we have result also. So from team B, first Ikra. Ikra will be disqualified. Sorry for that, Ikra, because your point was not valid. So we have to take that Ikra. Prajapati first. Second, sorry for that, dear Katie, because she repeated a lot of points, but you didn't come with answer. Sorry for it. Sorry for that. And third, from team B, Krishna. Sorry for that, guys. From team B, Krishna, Kriti, Ikra, Ira, I think. And from team A, Pavan, only Pavan, and one more person. Sorry for that, Pavan or NK.
Sam, who is Pawan, like Joker or Umesh?
Sam, yeah,
No,
Sam, that's what
Pawan
I
did not
also want to ask.
participate.
Who was Pawan?
Pavan was one person. He was not there. That is why I disqualify him right now.
Okay,
We
yeah.
have to maintain 70. Same from team U. So Pavan and one person also NK. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry for that. If somebody not able to participate in second round, so NK you will be getting chance, and KT you also from your teams. Okay. But behalf of that, if any all people will be available, so you will be not able to participate in second round. Okay. So now over to you, host. Please go with that second round.
Yeah. So Sam, like from team A, two people, like Pawan and NK only, right? Okay, so one is left. Okay, no problem. Okay. So should I start sharing the? Okay, I will just take the name. Mani, Saloni, Aksha, listener, Ashish. Are you there all? Okay.
Yes, we all are
Yes,
here.
yes.
Okay. All the best, guys. Okay. So, Sunanda, can you give the name who is coming from your side? You will be having 4 minutes. Okay. Just to counter and be polite. Okay, and give respect to each other. Yeah. Okay, Sunanda, who is going to come from your
So,
side?
Abhishek, are you there? Abhishek?
Yes,
Vish?
I'm here.
Yeah, I am always here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Vish is coming from your side, Sunanda, right? Vish or
Abhishek is
Abhishek?
coming.
Okay,
Abhishek.
so okay, Abhishek. Okay, yeah, fine. So from my side, Ashish, are you there, Ashish, brother?
Yeah.
All the best. Okay, all the best. Who's that? Abhishek and Ashish. Yeah, go on.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
Sam, should I?
Should I
Yeah, go
go
on.
ahead? Okay.
Yes, brother. Yeah,
Yes, Avish.
yeah. All the best.
So, hi Ashish. I just have one question to you. Nowadays, tell me that nowadays everyone is emphasizing on gender equality. And if you talk about like co-education, then there is a male and female involvement of male and female. But tell me that you guys are saying that separate education is best and all. Then what about the LGBT community? Like they don't come either in these categories, male and female. So what's your take on that? Like, would you provide a separate class to them as well or not?
Can you elaborate it? LGBT? I'm not getting this thing.
LGBT communities are those those lesbians and transgender community, you can say. So would you going to provide a separate class to them as well? What you are going to do with them?
Actually, I'm not totally getting your question.
Actually, I said like we are emphasizing on gender equality by co-education and all. Even you guys are saying that separate education is best. Then what about the LGBT community? Like, are you going to provide them the separate class? What you are going to do with them? Because they are not coming in either male and female categories. So what you will go and what you will do with them? They also have right to education, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Anyone have their own rights, and anyone can take stand on their head. Like if
So
anyone
how
is ready,
you are saying separate education, then how they can take how they can take chance?
I'm not telling about the like co-education system, but there is also like a separate education system. If they are interested, so they can government can
But
introduce. I
but
think
but but if you are saying there should be separate education for them as well, so don't you think so it would be threat for gender equality and can harm the dignity and integrity of LGBT communities? Don't you think so? One side government is promoting this community for their dignity and for their support, and one side you are
actually
just arguing and challenging the government.
actually I'm not supporting you. Like I'm not believing your statement, whatever you said. So just come.
My question is legitimate. I don't know why you are saying you don't believe it.
No,
Like
I'm totally
even
disagree.
if you are if even you don't have idea about the LGBT community,
Wait,
you
wait.
don't know who are they.
I mean, I'm totally not aware from your whatever you say. I mean, I don't know so just tell me one thing. Nowadays in the I'm the you are the favoring at the co-education system, and nowadays it is also the researcher told that academic who I mean who was the reading at separate education system, they are doing great in academic field in the compare of the co-education system. And other another side the harassment, these kinds of girls are feeling harassment, insulting, inferiority over there, and supposed to be in future they are going to suicide also from that relationship whichever they made on the college. So still you are promoting the
Actually, first thing you are not I'm not getting your question. You said it will go with harassment and all. So by providing the sex education to them, it can be eradicated, it can be mitigated. And if you talk about the suicide cases, then
no
definitely like
actually
yeah.
you are just go on, you are just like giving another answer. You are saying anything but it is not relevant to my
Okay. What was repeat your question?
I asked the girls are not feeling safety, they are like feeling harassment over there, and after in
How
future
you are
they
saying that they are not feeling
it,
safety? Do you have certain datas?
it,
Do you have
yeah
datas?
it has data, brother. You can find it.
Yeah, it was great, both of you. Yeah. Yeah. And keep do ask your questions also. Don't forget to ask your questions. And yeah, Abhishek, it was good from your questions. Yeah, Sunanda, are you there?
Yeah, the stage was almost fired. So, Shub, who is coming
Yeah.
next from your side?
From my team, Mani, are you there? Yeah, and Sunanda from your side.
From my side, Wish is going to come.
Okay, all the best, both of you. Yeah,
Okay,
killed
so
it.
can I ask
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, Mani, go
So
ahead.
Yeah,
during
go
the
on, Mani. Yeah.
during the introductory section, your member, team member Abhishek mentioned that if we want two people to compete in the same exam, right, then they should be taught by the same teacher, right? But how is it possible to taught the same all the students who are participating in the competition by the same teacher? Is it possible? Do you think?
See, being versatile is possible, but being versatile in each and every field is not possible. You just take an example of yourself. You can be good in some few things, but you can't be excellent in each and everything. Like
My
a
question is
person
totally
can.
different. I'm
Uh
asking
huh.
something else. Your member mentioned in the introduction section that if you want to student to participate, like compete in an exam, then they should be taught by the same teacher, right? He mentioned in the introductory section. Is it possible
Okay,
to
okay.
taught everyone by the
Uh-huh.
same teacher?
See. He was saying that to boys and girls, same teacher will teach. He didn't mention that a same teacher will teach all the subjects. Are you getting it? Like, take the catch. He was saying both
I'm not talking
boys
about
and
all the
girls will be
subject,
taught
right?
by a same
No,
teacher.
no.
Uh huh.
Listen, I'm
Uh
not
huh.
talking about all the subject. I'm talking about he mentioned that
Mhm.
if we want to compete
Mhm.
two student in the exam, then they should be taught by the
Mhm.
same teacher, right?
Exactly. If two people are competing for the same exam, so is it not possible the same teacher can teach? Like one
No, no.
of your
But
friend, one of your
in the
friends
real
said,
life, no, in the real
"Money."
life, there is not only two
Mm-hmm.
person who are competing in the exam. There will be like thousands,
Exactly.
you know.
Thousands.
So is
So
it possible to
thousand will
teach all the thousand by same teacher?
exactly the it depends upon the preference. If the thousands are okay with to have a knowledge with
How
the
is it
same
possible to
teacher, or same
taught
teacher
everything
can
by the
teach
same
them.
teacher?
See. Here the point is not thousand people can be taught by a same teacher, or same teacher can teach thousand people. The point is here. One of your friends said, like in this. Separate education, what you have is one student, one book, one teacher. So like if I catch that point, so is it possible that one teacher, like every one student will have every one teacher? Like this point was not, like what you are saying, man, you are going
You
out
took
of the
that in the
track.
wrong way. That means like that was like just a code to give, right? That was
Uh-huh,
unrelated to
uh-huh.
this one, right?
Okay, bro, let me
Same sex
ask you
education.
something. Okay, Mani,
No,
now let me ask
no.
you
First you
something.
answer now. Like whatever your team member mentioned, just justify it. How
I
it is possible?
explained you. I
Do you
explained
think
you.
like it's a wrong statement?
It totally depends upon the preference of the students. If the
Then
students are okay,
how you
if
are
the
going to
students are okay, if
how
the
you are going to
students are
teach
okay,
10,000 students by the same teacher? Is it not possible? So right.
see, it is a hypothetical situation, man. What you are thinking and where are you going? It's a hypothetical situation.
No, we are talking
Like
about
it
the
is a
fact
common
here.
sense. It's a
We are
common
talking about the
sense.
fact.
Like if 500 if 500 students, whether a boy or a girl, if they are agreeing that they want to be like they want a specific teacher, so they
No,
will. It's their choice. What I can do or what you can do in that. I
basically
guess
now.
I did a justice. Now you need to
No,
question,
right.
like you need
Listen,
to
listen.
answer my question.
Last
See,
30
let me
seconds.
ask you. Okay, let me ask you something. Money, have you completed your schooling?
Yeah, I've completed my schooling.
Okay, so were you from boys' hostel or a girls' hostel? Like, from what was your school? Which
Basically,
kind of
I've
school?
completed my education from same sex and co-ed both.
Okay, so like, okay. So, do you agree that you had a great kind of what to say? Just a minute, I'm not getting the word.
So,
Okay,
like,
so do
listen,
you
listen.
think
While I
that
was
you
in the
had
same sex school, na,
progressed a lot? Uh-huh.
yeah.
Do you
While I
think
was
like,
in
are
while
you
I was in the same
distracted?
sex school, related.
Uh-huh.
Listen,
10
while I was
seconds. 10 seconds.
while I was in the same sex school, there I had a great collaboration with my other team
Money
members.
times are okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Okay, both were good. Many you just keep on us good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Sunanda, like the fire, we can
The
see the fire
temperature
now.
of my
Yeah,
room,
from both sides.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is rising.
yeah, they're just killing it. Okay, so from your team, who is going to come?
So from my team, Yuvraj is going to come.
Yeah.
And what about you?
From my team, Akshay, are you there? Akshay, Akshay Savitri.
Yes.
Okay, all the best. Okay,
So
and
my
yeah,
question is,
all the best. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
my question
let's
to
go.
you. Yeah, can I continue?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
My question to you is, when we make students study in separate schools, as suggested by views of your side, then we'll have to have the teachers of respective sex, isn't it? Then already, since there is a scarcity of good teachers in India, then don't you think that the probability of student getting a good teacher will get reduced? Isn't it? On top of that, a question related to it is, don't you think that the expense of the government will increase? Right. So answer my question.
Sorry, will you repeat once?
Yeah, why not? Always. My question to you is, when we make students, according to your views of your side, if we make
Okay.
students study in separate school having the teacher of respective sex, then since there is already a scarcity of good teachers in India, don't you think that the probability of students getting a good teacher will get reduced? Isn't it? Now, on top of that, a question related to it is, on top of that, don't you think doing so will increase the expense of the government as well? And we are ultimately compromising on education, right? The main motive of studying
Okay.
in a school is education,
Okay. Got,
and doing
got,
so we are ultimately compromising on education. So yeah.
got it. Got it. Okay. Single sex education. Single sex education. So teach already government also provide. So first will you say one thing? So why government is taken in single sex schools? So already the government provide, and in that first we are up opposite gender. For example, women's, they have own qualities, their way of learning, their way of communication. For example, men's have the uh, different ability. For example, math subject purpose, they have different abilities. So at the same time, girls also, they have different abilities like arts skills. So if they are providing single sex education, then definitely they can enhance their best level. So if so in this purpose, so teachers can, government can provide, definitely they can enhance their abilities. They will become a uh, they will become a good leaders, and good talent persons, they will come in society. So in this purpose, there is not a this is not a expensive. So this is uh, just teaching our, we are we are building good students in our society, we are building good societies. So I don't think so this is expensive.
Yeah, I don't think you answered my question. Please don't beat around the bush. My question was that, will the probability of students getting good teacher get reduced or not? Tell me one thing. You agree with it or not?
T in single sex education purpose, definitely that schools, they get in good teacher, because they already in men's purpose, men teachers also, they are teaching in that level. So if co-education purpose, they are not taking that much of training. So definitely in single sex schools purpose, they are taking in their training also in different. How can we teach in separate school, separate schools? Okay, can
Who's
I ask
oh
one question?
no, let
Can
me clear one thing. Did you mean that the teachers teaching in co-educational schools are not adequately trained? Did you mean so? You indirectly mean so. Mind your words.
30 second left. Akshay, please go with question.
No, please answer my question first. Answer
okay,
my question and then you can ask me the question.
first will you say one thing? If your daughter eighth stand, for example, if your daughter studying in eighth standard, she said, okay, I'm in relationship, then what you will do? What you will do? So you said already, in I said already, thus in single sex purpose, their teacher also trained.
Yeah, both of you great. I like you, Raj also. You are, but yeah, both of you like Akshay, you also like, but be ask your questions also. Like yeah, that's the rule. Okay, so Sunanda, are you there?
Yes, yes.
I'm here.
Yep. Okay. Now my team. I will share. Okay, who is going to come? So, from my team, listener, are you there first? Like, let me ask, listener.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So, Sunanda, you can. Yeah.
So from my team, MB Board will be there.
Yeah, I'm here.
All the
So
best
should
to
I
all of
go
you.
ahead,
Yeah.
listener?
Listener
Yeah,
and
please,
everybody,
buddy.
go on. Go on.
Okay, so first, just a basic question you can consider, not consider the question, like from which medium you have done your schooling, like by a separate school or by co-ed education. Just be honest and tell the answer wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's a going little bit psychological. It's all right. And if you ask about me, so I studied in code.
Yeah, so what's the motive behind that? Isn't it like your parents thought you will develop good confidence and communication and interaction with both the gender? That's why your parents have admitted you in the co-ed school. Don't you think so? And you have definitely ever age over other peoples who have done schooling by separate education. Like they cannot able to interact properly in their future lives, like in job, in business, in college, and everywhere. And after marriage, they will face certain trouble there. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's a. So first of
Yeah,
all,
yeah. You are like
yeah.
ultimately your answer is yes, right?
First of all, I lost my parents, and my nana nani nurtured me. My grand maternal aunt, they are nurturing me, and they are not illiterate, right? And they just wanted me to study anyhow, so they just put me. And if you are talking about like in that way, so first you need to understand this point of view. When we are in school, at that time we are not mature enough, and is like many people even counter that they are just saying that why we are only going for hormones, why we are only asking the question related to feeling and all those things. But this is the major things is here, and we must concern
Yeah, yeah.
about that.
Listener, brother, I completely agree with your point, and sorry to ask that question from you. You're not that person, but let me ask one another question, which is very simple.
No, no,
Like
no, no, no. Just
by providing separate education, don't you think so? It will provide a gender disparity or something to India and even in one world if we provide a separate education in today's scenario.
how they can provide, buddy? It literally doesn't make a sense. Literally, like what's the purpose of the education? The purpose of the education is respect each and every gender on this planet, whether that is the girl, whether that is the boy, even whether that is the gay, any kind of the, even the main purpose of the education is respect every human, every animal, whatever you are getting, you must have respect.
Indeed, I agree with you, listener, but you're not getting my question. Like, I promote gender disparity. Gender disparity means like gender hatred. So that's what I'm telling. By incorporating co-ed education, we can develop you can say inculcate sex education about the both the gender, and they are familiar and intermingle to like grasp the proper knowledge of that. That will help in their future life. That don't you think so?
You are just jumping your gun, and it's all about
Last
your
30 seconds.
it's your all about your upbringing, buddy. If your parents, if your mother teach you to respect the girl, if they, even like how you can, like you were born, with the, you were born from your mother, even you have a sister, you have a mother, so at that time it means like you are doing gender discrimination. How you are doing? No, you are not doing that gender
See, listener,
discrimination.
I totally agree that it depends on our upbringing and parenting, but this didn't help in our the future or communication life in later of our professional life, because at that time life is co-ed and not separated, and there we have to deal with everyone, whether it is female or male, and that time we most of the people, most of the Indians are lacking there.
All right. I think I already replied you. You are just jumping the gun. So let me ask my question, right? So my simple question is that,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, you are just jumping.
Thank you,
Hello,
brother.
you are just jumping the gun. My
Yeah,
question is that,
listener, time's up. Sorry, brother. Yeah, time's up. Rules are rules for everyone. Yeah, for my team also. Okay, so yeah, it was good and ambivert. Yeah, good one. And listener, yeah, you also. So from my team, so Sunanda, are you there?
Yes, sir. They both rocked. And now it's
Yeah. So can you tell who is going to come from your team?
okay. So 4 contestants are over. Now the time limit has been decreased from 4 to 3. Okay. So from my side, Tashi is going to come.
From my side, Saloni, are you there? Saloni.
I'm here.
Okay. All the best, both of you, Tashi and Saloni. Go on. Now this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sakshi,
Thank
are
you.
you listening me?
Saloni, my question: do
Hello.
you really think the co-education system? Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Am
speak
I
a bit,
audible?
little bit loud. Yeah, yeah. Just
Okay,
speak little bit loud.
okay. Question is that do you think that the co-education system enable the student to perform less effectively?
Yeah, I definitely think that
Am I
just because
audible?
of yeah, you are audible, and I think I definitely think that, and we have in a separate education system, we always focus on only education, not have any restriction like that. So I think that. And Tashin, my question is to you.
Okay,
Just
just
one
one thing. So
question. Just
tell me one
yes,
thing that
I'm giving you
we
answer.
are if
Just
we
my
are
just
we
I
are
have a
choose.
one question,
Okay,
Tashi.
one.
I'm giving you an
Okay,
answer. Just
first.
I have a one question for you. Suppose you have a daughter and your daughter in 8th class, and she just said you, I am in relationship with my classmate. So how you will handle it? You understood my question?
Yeah, exactly. I understood your questions. Yeah, if it is something like this, I have to
How you
confirm
will handle it?
that this is a not right. Actually, I'm counseling with that is not a right time to involving in any kind of relation, because she has to focus on that, because you only the single the separate education system. We know there is a less distraction, but outside the school there is also many to get distracted. We are completely wrong distance. Hello, Saloni, am I audible? Could you speak?
Yes, you're completely.
Saloni, are you
Okay,
there?
you
Hello.
said that this Saloni answer.
I think Sam, she is fixing a network issue, so I would like to use the lifeline. Okay. Can I?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, simply
Yeah.
remind one thing. When you use lifeline, you will lost 1.3 marks. Okay. So
Just
go
one
with
second.
that. We don't
Yeah. Saloni, are you there? Saloni, are you there? Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to lose my 1 point, but yeah. Money, are you there?
Muted by admin. It's not muted by admin. I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay,
Saloni.
Saloni, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, Tashi. So continue with the my answer. How
So
you will handle it if if your
so
daughter
to the counseling, one of the sex educations, which is also important to their mindset education. Uh, it also
Sunanda,
is the
I think Tashi is facing network issue.
Tashi, Tashi, just stop.
okay. Am I
Okay. No, your
Uh,
network is not good.
Sunanda, only 30
So,
seconds left. Please invite someone else.
yeah, so Tashi, you are listening me? I can ask. I think Tashi is facing an issue.
I
okay, Rich, you can just answer the question what
am I
Saloni is asking.
Yeah, so
already given answer? I will give them by counseling, not indulging in these kinds of because they were involving in this.
Sam,
no,
check the
no.
time also.
How you will handle it? Just how do you maintain your daughter like that in particular situation?
Because I also know that I will give moral
Time's up.
education till my
Time's
life.
up.
I
Thank you
hope
so
that
much.
Time's up.
she
Time's up. Okay, even though the network was not well from both the sides, but still the candidates have tried their best. Right, sure?
Yes, they tried their best, and yeah, that's the attitude. Never give up. Maybe your network can give up,
Yeah,
but you don't
exactly.
give up. Yeah, yeah. Good one, both of you. So I think from my team, I think many people have finished. Anyone left? Okay. Yeah, if you put money's done, then from my team, Silico, are you there? Silico, Mr. Silico.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Sunanda, please call someone.
And from my side, Umesh will be going.
Yes, I have a
Yes.
question for
All the best, both of you.
uh,
Yes,
yes,
Miss.
Silico.
Hmm. Okay, go ahead.
One of your team members said in co-education it's less concentrated and more distracted. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then why are you
In
concentrating more
co-education,
on?
yeah, yeah.
Why are you concent?
Yeah, I'm answering. Okay, in
No,
co-education
no. Let
system,
let let me complete my question.
complete.
Why
Yeah.
why are you concentrating more on opposite gender? In school we are sent to
Yeah,
study,
sure.
not to.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, because we all know that we have our or our it is a biological term, the all the genders will attract with the opposite gender. It is not like you are focusing on any opposite gender. No, it is normal, man. Whenever you are going to talk with any kind of girl, and if there is any girl and they are just socializing with any boy, so it is a natural. We cannot control in the co-ed education. It can be overcome in only and only a separate education. Okay, it leads to the very better education, and that all the students will be focused and will be more conscious on the learning attitude. The separate in the separate education, students can focus on their learning, and they can contribute their all the learnings towards the economic growth of our country.
No,
So let
no.
me ask you one question, that is like, as you asked me the question, so that is related to that, socialization and education, that in co-ed education, as you all members have said, that we can get the better social environment in the co-ed education. So we our motto is to get admission in the school and college for the learning purpose. Yeah, learning includes the socialization and education both, but there should be a balance, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Because nowadays, more the students are attracted and tend to fall into love, and they just due to attraction only. It is not their fault, but it
No,
is a
no,
natural. So
no,
they
no, no.
cannot focus on their study, and they just they just doing a different kind of things. But the situation is like, to
Only 1 minute
we
left.
all know that, to impress
Umesh,
the
go
others, we just
No.
spend our money, right? We just spend our
Umesh,
money,
go with
and
It
in the
Umesh,
studying,
it
okay,
depends
during the
on the
studying, we don't
individual
have
Silico,
any kind of money.
mentality.
We don't earn, right? We don't earn.
Silico,
So it leads to
Silico, please wait.
L-
Okay, guys.
Umesh, go with question.
Yes, yes, Silico, it depends on the individual mentality. Stop blaming the system.
sorry, Umesh, can you come again?
It depends on your mentality, the individual mentality. Stop blaming the system. You are, you are, you have to train your mind in the way such that you have to concentrate more, and you are, you don't have to blame the whole system.
We don't have. I respect your statement, but you are going to the college for the learning. You are not going for the college, to do the meditation, to learn the how to do meditation, how to control your emotion. No, you are going to read your syllabus. They will
You
not
can do
give
it.
you the very good education to control
You
your
can,
emotion. No, it is a
you
natural
can
one.
do it. You can do it in your home.
We can do it in
Last
home.
20 seconds, guys.
No, man. Like we can how we can do it in the home, because we are going to the college for the learning purpose, and we all know that there are many girls. There are no any only single girls. There are many girls, and definitely your mind will be attracted towards any girl, anyone girls, right?
If you are
So
if you are
Time's up.
trained if you are
another
trained
Time's
your
up.
question. Okay, only one question. So
Time's
how
up.
you will.
Time's up. Time's up.
Okay. So now the fire is spreading
Yeah,
and the groups are burning. So,
well done, Sligo. You did it best. Yeah.
so do you have any contestant? Sure.
Yeah, like from your team, like anyone left?
Yeah, I have one contestant from my side.
Yeah, tell his name. Yeah.
So from my side, Joker is going to come.
Okay. So Kirti, are you there? She's left. Kirti. Uh, Kirti, hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Joker. Yeah, 1 second. Joker. Hello.
Joker, you speak first and then
Yeah,
I will.
yes, I'm here.
Sorry for
Uh,
interrupting. Please try to give the first line to each one.
uh, am I audible?
Yes, you
Hello.
are.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the question. Kirti, uh, in state gender schools, like suppose there's a boys' school, then it is like obvious that the school will have a largely male staff, and where the female teachers may feel uncomfortable or denied opportunity, and vice versa. So, how will you tackle these in your hypothesis of separate gender schools? Thank you.
Will you say it again? Actually, there's been a network issue.
Okay. I was saying that in separate gender schools, like suppose a boys' school, it is obvious that they will usually have a largely male staff where women or female teachers may feel uncomfortable or may feel deprived of opportunity there in a boys' school, and vice versa. So, how will you tackle this in a separate gender school to which you propose?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, first of all, think that when someone is joining that schools, it means they are well mature enough and they know that things. And secondly, if you're just talking about single sex education, so there's being a vast democracy of that single sex, and teachers are liable to take care of their children, and if they do something or so students can say them with their full confidence, and they would not feel shy and
Sorry, Kirti, I think you haven't listened to my question clearly. I'm asking about the discrimination that will happen against teachers, against the minority gender teachers. Suppose in a boys' school, the female teachers, it is obvious that they will form a minority magnitude. So there will be discriminations against them. So how will you handle that in a separate gender school?
Only 30 seconds
actually
left.
there's been a I'm saying there's been a network issue, so I am just getting the things stuck by it. So I've just answered it according to what I just understand.
Okay, shall I put this in the chat?
Yes.
Kirti, if you have any question, you can ask. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, initially there was one question that actually one saying that NK has put forward that there is being an expenditure on co-ed education. So I would like to ask that there was a research in which says that single-sex education is surging as comparison to that co-ed education. So why she had put forward about the expenditure? Means government is expanding on single sex education. It means it is profitable.
Sorry, Kirti, just say it once again. Sorry.
Time's up, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so well done both of you, and they both in a cool way, not like just simply just they were good, very peacefully. Okay, Kirti was just relaxing and cooling. So yeah, good one, Kirti. That's the also way of debating in a cool way. Yeah. Sunanda, over to you.
Yes. So now it's a concluding part. Or Shubh?
Yeah, that's conclusion. So first you go. Yeah, then I will.
Like co-education advantages and disadvantages is a popular topic. Like we are debating on it for presentation as well as for discussion. But here we see that disadvantages of co-education is very less as compared to the advantages of co-education. So we should focus on the advantages and instead of we should focus more on the advantages rather than looking at the disadvantage. Now instead of starting a debate on what is good and what is bad, I think what we need to do is what is appropriate. We should think on what is appropriate and what is inappropriate in our time, to our society, to our existence here, to our level of economy. So rather than discussing that it is bad or it is good, co-education is really necessity of our society right now because the society is as such. So we should think more of its advantages rather than looking at its disadvantages. Okay. So what do you think, Shubh?
Yeah, I totally agree with your point. Yeah, co-education should be there, but the point is like it's reality also. Like the basic foundation, like the schooling, like the where we learn the moral ethics values. See, if you tell about the like if you we spoke about the co-ed, so we learn about the moral values and all this thing, but we never apply. Like I also like the moral value and all this thing. We just learn to just get good marks, good degree, and all this thing, but these topics people are not taking lightly. So if it is there in the syllabus, we need to learn properly. It can be for boys also, girls also. Now means for foundation, this separate can be good because they will know, girls will know their rights, what their right is. They will not afraid, they can go in any field, they can compete to boys also. But if the boys are there, so some thought it is there, but yeah, I support both of them basically. And yeah, that's from my side. And maybe we should more focus on quality education. This is good, like we are talking about this thing, but if quality education is not there, then nothing there. We can be getting degrees, lot of degrees, but we are not a human, we are just surviving, but we are not living the life. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay, I agree with you, Shubh. And nowadays, what is happening? Like it is completely dependent on parents' mentality that where they want to send their child. If they are not secured with the co-education, they send to the girls' school or the boys' school. It completely depends, and also that relationship part. Now, I
Yes,
think
yes.
this if you're getting into relationship at very early age, you will learn how all those things are rather than growing up and at the age of 20 and 21 when you are supposed to get married. At that time, you're going to get into some relationship. It is quite dangerous as compared to when you are small, right?
Yeah, see, we can go in relationship, but the point is that there's some no, like you can't go in relationship at 10 or something. You just that's the learning age, and like you can see in go in like ancient area time when Gurukuls were there. So it is what mentioned, like if you go in yeah, I will not. We are not following the modern technologies, yeah, but no, that's why we are taught history because history repeats. We learn from history. Otherwise, history is best for us, right? So I agree with the point, but there should be a limit. Like after some decent amount of age, like maybe 18, more than 18. Yeah, I agree. We should be in a relationship like this. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But to a certain, there should be a limit also. Yeah.
Okay. So now it's the closing
Oh,
part. So guys, yeah, yes, sure, you can say.
yeah. Debbie, Dhruv, Sam, Sama, guys, please. Yeah, you can also say your point.
And
Well, thank you
I
so
would
much,
like
guys.
to thank all the audience who have been waiting over here for so long and listening to us. And even guys, I want to inform you that the group has its own YouTube channel, so it will be uploaded in that channel. So you can get the link through the group and you can just watch it or review the things what all had happened today. So over to you, Sam.